I'm gonna continue now. I was talking about the baby that I had a miscarriage, and the thing is not so much how much he reacted because the miscarriage, how was him on the during the pregnancy. He was happy, obviously, but he will not make plans with me. He will tell me that the mother of his son tried to trap him, get him to get married. He say the mother of his son slept with him on the first date, and 2 weeks later, like, she got pregnant, and she tried to get him to marry him by getting pregnant, and it didn't work out. I will never, blah 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 blah. So he was responsible for the kid, but he didn't want to get married. Nothing to do with her. He will speak bad about her too, or talk bad about her. And I told you, we did all these things and we don't realize, but whatever. We think they are gonna be different with us. Well, and his attitude with me was like, you're not gonna do, or you're not gonna make me marry you just because you're pregnant. I will take care of that kid too. If I did with the other one, I can do with this one too. And we will have fights, arguments because of that. And he will try to blame me. Well, you didn't took care of yourself. You got pregnant. I'm like, hello, you were there. He wasn't responsible to prevent me getting pregnant. And I just totally believed him, what he was doing. It was like naive. I wanted to believe that everything was going to be okay and I wasn't going to get pregnant. And he sent me the message, you're get pregnant, it's okay. We can start a family. I'm not married. I'm not living with anybody. My girlfriend. So everything was going to be fine. That's what I told, but no. So that was another red flag that I didn't see. He started making plans to buy another house. He bought the house. I went to pick the houses with him, to see the houses. And the first one we saw, we both fell in love with him. But he will tell me it was because he needed to live another place. The place where he was living, it was his. It's duplex. He used to live upstairs and rent the apartment and downstairs. So he said he wanted a house, single family house. And I never thought that he was going, this is the way he was. He never sent me the message that he intended to have anything serious with me, because he was so hurt. Living with that woman was a nightmare, so he didn't want to live with anybody. He made me believe that. So I helped him to find a house. And the day that he did the settlement, that night he proposed in the house, in the bedroom, in the master bedroom. And he kissed me, and we were all happy. And 3 months later, we got married. And I moved in with him a little bit before that, when my lease was over. And that's when the things start happening. We went to Las Vegas for a honeymoon. I forgot a little incident. I'm gonna go back a little bit. When we were dating, our kids will be playing, and he showed many times that he was violent. I didn't want to see it. One of the times, the kids were playing a game, and my son got frustrated, and he just threw the controller to the floor, and it was an insult for him. He grabbed my son by the armpit over here so hard, and my son was crying. He will not cry. So I said, why are you making the big deal? I'm talking to my son. Why are you making the big deal out of him? You misbehave. You should not have done that. That's his controller. What about you break it? I don't have money to pay him. And he said, Mom, but I punished my son. I didn't want to hear him. And in my mind, he was wrong, which he was. But when we went to my apartment, he showed his mom, look, it hurts a lot, it hurts. And I was be so angry, I want to see it. When I finally saw it over here, I could see his fingers. How bad he grabbed him, I could see it. It looks a little blue, I remember, black and blue. Bruce, another red flag. And so we got married. The honeymoon, it was not as sweet as it's supposed to be. He, I don't know, I had this attitude, like everything bothered me. My honeymoon. And I feel so guilty because of that. And the thing is, he planned everything so cheap. He bought everything in packages, and I had to buy my own camera so I could take pictures and videos. And we went to some events. We went to see Penn and Teller, and we had dinner with the tournament, like at the medieval times. And he got so sick because we drank a beer, and it wasn't good for him. So he got all this stuff swollen. You know, that little thing we had inside our mouth, it got so big, he couldn't even talk. It was just horrible. He got sick, which it wasn't his fault. Later on, before that, he got an asthma attack. Every pharmacy we went by, because we had to go back to the hotel to get his medicine, and I said, there is medicine over the counter. There is a Walgreens. There is a CVS. And there is a pharmacy. And he say, oh, you know how much that costs? I said, $12. He say, oh, no, my medicine is over there. And he was like, and I said, you can't drive like this. Come on, let's go stop. No, I have my medicine in there. And this attitude that he would yell at me. He was driving and he would look at me. You're so stupid that you blah, blah, blah. Which I didn't see. It was my honeymoon and I wasn't happy. And we went swimming. One day we were not going anywhere. We didn't have plans for that day. I went to the pool, and we went to the pool, and I put my bathing suit and la la la. I was so happy. Finally, I was going into the water. I wanted to go to the pool for so long, and he didn't went. He lay down outside of the pool and he fell asleep. And I went to the water by myself. And I was like, what in the world I'm gonna do now? He just like, okay, I'm wet, not wet. I swam back and forth until I got tired. Oh, he was even snoring right there, sleeping, taking a nap. There was this girl, 11 years old, and she was doing the same thing I was doing just there. So we started playing. We took a bunch of pictures. Some of my honeymoon pictures, a bunch of them are with 11-year-old stranger, which has so much fun. We had pictures with the legs sticking out like that. She was up top of me doing this. Oh my God, we had so much fun. I think that was the most fun part. That and Penn and Teller. And I think it's very funny. And we used to go to eat in the buffets because it was $6 the meal, $6 a person. So that will be the biggest meal of our day. After that, it will be McDonald's or Wendy's because there was no money enough, to have a real meal. Anyway, my whole life was like that. I'm gonna be continually saying the same thing. And I got pregnant, and I think I'm gonna tell you in another video what happened. My life as a pregnant woman, being the wife of a narcissistic, cheap, selfish, and egocentric guy. I told that when I came to this country that marrying a white man will keep me away from being abused because Mexican are machos. I was wrong. You don't have to be of any race. This guy wins. If you put him against a Mexican man, he wins it. he was a macho, more macho than a macho Mexican man. We are gonna stop here, and I'm gonna continue the next video speaking about my pregnancies. There were 4 of them, but that's for another day. I hope you enjoy. I'm sorry this got so long, this video, and it's the first one that I do. And I hope you stay with me, listen to my story. I hope it helps somebody. If not, I hope you're having a good time. Just listen to my blah, 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 blah. Have a nice day, or have a good night, or whatever. Just enjoy life. Life is beautiful.